Hello, everyone. I'm David Marshall along with Brian Ducharme, and we're here today to discuss the upcoming 2025 IGEL Now and Next event taking place March 24th through the 27th at the Fontainebleau in Miami. This is going to be a must-see EUC and security event. So to find out more about it, we're happy to have the man with all of the answers, IGEL's SVP of Marketing, Carl Gersh. Carl, we're always excited to speak with you and have you on VMblog.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure. It's good to see you guys and looking forward to seeing you down in Miami. Brian, you won't need that sweater, I can assure you. We're going to turn up the heat and have a good time.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So you guys had a name change. So it's now IGEL Now and Next 2025, and it's marking kind of a new exciting chapter in IGEL strategy. What kind of inspired the change and the new conference format, and what's kind of some of the unique values that you guys are bringing to the attendees that are going to be there?
That's a great question. So IGEL Now and Next was really born out of our desire to evolve and adapt to the dynamic needs of our customers and partners, and really to reflect IGEL's expanded role in our customers' endpoint security strategy beyond just EUC. Now, look, our previous events were successful, but we wanted to create a more immersive, more forward-looking experience. So the conference really was no longer about the sole idea of disruption, but it's really about delivering actionable insights with visionary thought leadership. It's about how we solve for the challenges that face IT leaders today, while also preparing them for the challenges they're going to face in the new year. So Now and Next was born. The Now focuses on equipping attendees with the practical tools and the strategies they can implement immediately, while the Next is really looking forward, helping prepare them for what's on the horizon of endpoint security, end user computing, and cloud workspaces. So the event really is about a dual perspective, making it kind of unique and invaluable, I think, for our attendees. Now, you said it already, and I want to reiterate that 2025 will be the biggest and most expansive event in IGEL history. We have a host of new sponsors, including many leading vendors from the security market. We have our guests will have more breakout sessions than ever before. We're going to deliver specialized tracks on healthcare, on public sector, on cybersecurity, and even one for the CXOs. So there's going to be a combination of strategic content as well as sort of the deep dive technical content. We expanded the show to 4 days because one of the pieces of feedback we got last year, which was great to hear, was there was so much good stuff I couldn't see it all. So this year we said, you know what? Let's put on an additional day. Let's repeat some of the popular breakouts. Let's make sure that everyone that comes can really get their money's worth in terms of seeing everything they want to see. And we also looked at bringing in more speakers across industry with industry experts, cybersecurity, more end users speaking about their experience, sharing their overall expertise. And we're going to do it in beautiful Miami Beach in March at a world-class resort, really befitting, the care and quality we're putting into this event.
Yeah, it's a good point. And normally I wouldn't even ask about like the venue because, it's typically in the same places, Vegas, it's a Vegas hotel. But I have to ask, the choice of the Fontainebleau Miami Beach is an intriguing one. What made you guys select this iconic venue, and how will picking, the Fontainebleau enhance the overall conference experience for attendees?
No, I'm glad you asked that. Obviously, for myself and my team who's organizing this venue, we were tasked with deliver a world-class experience for our guests. And we want to think it's all about, the technical and the content that's delivered. And certainly we're going to deliver on that in spades. We also wanted a location that was sort of befitting of the sophistication, the history, modern luxury qualities that I think resonate with what IGEL's all about as a brand, right? We wanted to bring our guests to a venue that inspires innovation and connection, right? I'm a big James Bond fan. So if you are a James Bond fan, maybe it's a deep cut, little bit of trivia, but in Thunderball, James Bond visited the historic Fontainebleau hotel. So really, it's a beachfront location with a vibrant atmosphere that people can balance the business and the learning with a little bit of relaxed, sunny, warm environments, right? It's all about creating a memorable and productive experience. And we really felt the Fontainebleau delivered that. Now, one of the challenges with a venue like the Fontainebleau is it can be very, very expensive. So one of our focuses was negotiating with him to come up with a really, really low rate. Our rate of $379 a night, unprecedented, maybe a little bit of breathless hyperbole. But I will tell you that for anyone looking to, break from the cold monotony of winter, coming down in the Fontainebleau at $379 a night doesn't break the budget, and you're going to walk away from those 4 days not just, refreshed and relaxed from the beauty of the venue, but also invigorated by the content we deliver. So it was like, how do we give a world-class experience overall? And we're all human, right? So the Fontainebleau was sort of a no-brainer for us.
Well, definitely living up in the Great White North. I'm looking forward to spending a little time in Miami. Getting back to some of the speakers that you're going to have, what are some of the notable speakers and industry experts that you have lined up for the event? And what kind of perspectives and insights can the attendees expect to get from these thought leaders?
No, glad you asked. So I'm really excited that we are going to present a truly exceptional lineup of speakers, including visionary technologists, industry analysts, and business leaders. One of the things that Klaus stressed in the development of this program and as we evolve this event was that it has got to be about the content, right? It is not just about, the shine of the event, but it is about delivering meaningful content with expertise. And he challenged us last year to do it. I think we did a great job with it. Feedback from attendees longtime attendees said, wow, this show last year, really, there was a lot. I have pages of notes. And we said, all right, now how do we take that and go one step further? I'm really excited that one of our keynote speakers will be Marissa Schmidt from Gartner, a recognized expert in SASE and security. We also have other experts in endpoints, in networking, in security. Again, the IGEL focus has expanded significantly in the last 18 months, right? It's no longer just around EUC. It's no longer just around VDI, right? It is around, a much broader application of our operating system into new markets, right? Like IoT, like digital signage, like progressive web apps. We will certainly have leadership from IGEL there. Klaus Osterman, our CEO, CTO Matthias Haas, and both our field CTOs, Jason Maffera, who focuses on healthcare, and John Walsh, who joined IGEL to really bring expertise and a legacy of great experiences in the public sector and government markets. And they'll be delivering product updates. They'll be talking about new use cases. They'll be discussing emerging partnerships. Look, last year we delivered over 25 new announcements in Miami. And if that's any indication, I can tell you the attendees should expect to see a similarly impactful set of revelations this March. Beyond IGEL, though, our sponsors also send their best and brightest to offer exciting new developments and sneak peeks as to their product roadmaps. So we'll have those folks speaking. We'll also have future thought leaders in digital workspaces and digital transformation. We have a lot of customers that will be coming to speak, right? Expertise, CIOs, CTOs from the field, from our customers, sharing their experiences. So ensure attendees really get this kind of comprehensive view, not just about IGEL and where we're going, although there'll be a lot of that, but also hearing from expertise like Gartner, hearing from our sponsors, and maybe most importantly, really hearing from these other experts, these customers that are at the forefront of new developments. So it also wouldn't be an EUC show if we didn't have the venerable Mark Templeton participate. So I'm really pleased. I spoke with Mark. He'll be there in Miami. He's got a crazy travel schedule to make it work, but he's really excited to come out to see everybody and to again share his always unique perspective on where things are going, what to expect, and how to be successful.
That's good to hear. I was glad to see Mark at the IGEL event last year. He's always a good get and always entertaining and knowledgeable and just one of those people that everybody wants to talk to. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, and we did a little promo with Mark. So if you're on LinkedIn and social, you'll see that video up there. And my favorite line was that Mark said that if you miss the synergy of getting together and sharing ideas, the place to do that's going to be at IGEL Now and Next. Nice. So a little clever tilt of the hat, but not very kind words from Mr. Templeton, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you talked about it. You added another day. There's going to be a boatload of training and information and knowledge shared by all these different industry experts and different companies with their industry experts. But many attendees they value the networking opportunities at an event like this. What type of networking events, social activities, evening functions are planned to help facilitate meaningful connections between attendees themselves? And, I mean, come on, we're in Miami, so I don't know if you can talk about it or not, but what do you have planned for fun that's that people who are in Miami or would expect?
Sure. I think it would be a crime to bring everyone down to Miami and then put them in conference, and breakouts all day and all night. So certainly we're putting a major focus on creating spaces and activities for both organic and meaningful networking. So we will have things like curated roundtable discussions, happy hours, industry specific meetups, and the expanding expo hall where connections can happen naturally. But I want to give special shout out to the folks in the IGEL community. We have one of the largest, most active communities in the technology industry. Last year, you could see they were sort of integral with what we were doing with the show, and this year it's even more. So they have their own stage, they have their own agenda of activities and things that are happening outside of our main stage. I mean, truly, there's so much content going on at this show. I mean, it is overwhelming at times when I think about it all. But they will have their own stage, their own lounge. And we are going to be at the Fontainebleau. So if you're a fan of music, if you're familiar with the Miami beach nightlife, our party on the closing night will be at the legendary Live nightclub. We're going to have live music, great food, and some surprises. But because I know you guys, we've worked well together, I'm going to give you some breaking news. You're hearing it here first on VMblog that we will have the Grammy Award-winning artist known as Shaggy performing an exclusive contest for our guests. So if you know Shaggy, he's got chart-topping hits like "Wasn't Me," "Bombastic," and "Angel," and he's going to bring his reggae-infused rap and performance, or Jamaican-infused reggae and rap to an exclusive concert. We'll even have a little bit of a meet and greet, and we're going to do a contest around that meet and greet coming up. So again, people are going to walk away, I think, really energized by not just all the great technical content and information and networking, but also some of the fun that we've got in store.
That's exciting. You mentioned special announcements. What are some of the special announcements or product revelations that you have planned for IGEL? Can you tell us about any of them?
Yes and no. So let me see this. I can't give too much away. I mean, obviously, once you come to the show here first, but attendees can expect groundbreaking announcements that are going to be shaping the future of end user computing. I think it was a big surprise for a lot of our attendees last year, just how much information we shared, right? It was more, I've been in IGEL for over 5 years, and I'll say last year, we really kind of, made it a point to give people an idea on all the things which we were working, both ourselves and with our partners. So we're going to be revealing a lot more advancements, around IGEL OS and our partnerships that take security and cloud workspaces really to the next level, right? We're going to have strategic partner announcements. We're going to show things that are on our roadmap, again, aligning with the now and next. We are going to have a lot of things that we're working on that you'll see today, and you're going to hear some things, in the future. We talked about things like AI last year. We'll get some updates on that and the like. And one of the other things, I wanted to bring this up. I wasn't sure where in this conversation, but perhaps this is the right time. We're also going to be unveiling the Now and Next awards. So as we were planning the show this year, we thought there's so many exciting things that our customers are doing with IGEL technology. We want to really recognize them, as part of the show. So we have 3 award categories. Initially, I was like, we should do awards. And then we realized there's so many different things customers are doing. We couldn't just say there's one award, the IGEL whatever award. So we said we kind of put it into categories. So we have an innovation award. And this award is really around the customer who's demonstrating the most effective and impactful use of IGEL today. Now, if you're a little clever, you think, okay, it sounds like the Now Award. You're right? It's about who's using IGEL in meaningful ways to transform their organization, in 2025, 2024, 2025. We then have the IGEL Visionary Award, right? Where we're looking at customers who have very forward-thinking, unique, and transformative use cases. And I've seen some of the nominations for that, and there's some pretty exciting stuff that we're going to be talking about. And then we had an award we called the All-In Award. This was Klaus's contribution when we were talking about this, because Klaus said there's some customers that are just really, really outstanding in delivering, superlative endpoint security, or really lowering TCO for their organization, or, really impacting sustainability. And we want to recognize them. And it doesn't quite fit in the innovation, doesn't quite fit in the visionary. So we said, let's make another award category called the All-In Awards. Now, whenever you launch a new award program, you always think, oh, will people apply? And especially when you launch three. But as we talked today, we announced at the beginning of the year, and we have just been flooded with really, really compelling, really exciting nominations. So, the task set out for IGEL and ultimately for our participants, because you're going to get to vote on these winners, is going through that and finding those three finalists in each category. But I think it's going to be very compelling for our attendees who come here, not just to hear all the cool stuff we're doing, but to see and hear from these customers about the things that they're doing with IGEL technology. I think it's going to open up a lot of eyes, and it's going to be exciting. It's always fun to give someone an award and recognize the neat things that they're doing.
Now, Carl, this could be a little bit of a recap here, but that's fine. And but I want to ask for the folks who might be watching this video, they're still considering whether or not to attend the IGEL Now and Next event, which after hearing everything you've said so far, I don't know why you would be on the fence. Go register. But for those folks who are still trying to consider whether or not they want to come, what would be your top three sort of reasons why those folks shouldn't miss this coming event? And maybe
No,
talk about some of the key takeaways that they might, leave with afterwards.
sure. And I tried really hard, guys, to come up with three, and I missed three by double because there's really six. I'm gonna give you six reasons you should attend. First and foremost, unparalleled insights. There is no other event you can go to this year that's going to give you the same wealth of content, the same type of visionary thinking. There is no other event happening that is going to deliver information insights around end user computing and endpoint security like Now and Next. Number two, the specialized content tracks. So if you are in healthcare, PubSec, government, if you're a CFO or CXO or CIO, CTO, any C-level, you're going to have specific content catered to your needs, right? This is not a technical conference. This is not a strategy conference. It provides the best of both worlds. So specialist content tracks, I think, really make things unique. We're going to have these dynamic breakout sessions. Again, I will share, in full transparency, if there's one area that we scored great last year in the exit survey. There's one thing we said, is there anything we could do better? And the one thing they said we could do better was more breakouts. And it's a funny thing, right? Because it's like, it's always a funny balancing act, right? To deliver. You don't want to deliver too much, then no one goes, but you don't want to, but apparently I erred a little bit too much on the side of caution. So we are doubling the number of breakouts. So you're going to have, boot camps, round tables. We're going to have on the last day some very, very technical deep dives. You want to learn how to set up your own UMS server, just show up, with a pad, a pencil, and a few hours of your time, you're going to walk away with a full UMS setup. The networking we talked about already. And again, I think, so that was three. And then I was like, but there's also the networking, right? The chance to meet and interact with other leaders, other people facing probably some of the similar challenges that our audience will be facing, right? The chance to network with the other vendors and say, hey, what are you guys doing? What's going on, right? How can you help me? What are some new developments you have? We have an expanded expo floor. So we're continuing to make those announcements. But if you've been to an IGEL event in the past, we're going to have a lot of those sponsors returning. Most of those sponsors are returning. But they're going to be joined by a whole lot of new sponsors. If you've been paying attention to the IGEL Ready, the IGEL Ready team, we've got companies like Cato Networks joining IGEL, right? We have companies like CrowdStrike joining IGEL, right? IGEL is becoming a pivotal part of people's, cybersecurity strategy, right? As more and more organizations are engaging in looking at zero trust, they're realizing that the endpoint is a big part of that, and they need an endpoint OS strategy that ties into that. So the expanded show floor, right? The vendors you're going to see, you're not going to see anywhere else. And last but not least, really, it's the relationships you're going to walk away with, right? Because in the end, this is not about a business of silicon and metal and chips. It's a business of people working together, solving problems together, sharing ideas. And again, I think that with the audience that we cultivate with Now and Next, the community that we've developed, you're gonna get a chance to see some old friends and probably make some new friends. And so that's it. So in summation, just because I know six is a lot, right? Unparalleled insights. You're going to have the specialist content tracks. You're going to have the dynamic breakout sessions, the boot camps, the round tables. There's going to be great networking. We have this expanded show floor with more vendors than ever before. And you're going to walk away with some new relationships that are going to help you, help our audience, help all of us, help me with insights and new people that I can turn to who can give me ideas and whatnot. So I think these are things that are essential to being successful in 2025 and beyond. And I'm glad that we can deliver that.
Well, Carl, I'm sure there's a lot of people that just watched this video and said, all right, I definitely have to go. So where can people go if they want to find out more information about this event, and how do they get registered?
For sure. So visit igel.com/now and next, and you'll come to our landing page. From there, you just click through and you can register. We just have one ticket type, so it's very easy. And we even have the links to the hotels and the room blocks. So just igel.com/now and next. If you go to igel.com, you'll see it. It's right on our homepage as well. But if you want to go right to the URL that gets you into that registration process, again, igel.com/now and next. And I'm sure you guys will have it in the notes of this interview as well.
Absolutely.
And you guys will be there. That's my number 7 reason. Get a chance to hang out with the guys from VMblog.
It is, Brian, I say it every year. This is the one show we always love to attend, and we've been to every one all the way back to the very first one that you had in Austin, where I live, at the one of your at the AMD office space. Yeah, it was a great event back then. It's gotten bigger and bigger every year, and we're definitely looking forward to it, and we'll be excited to see anyone who's watching this video. Please come by and find us. We'll be on the expo floor as well.
It's excellent. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I think I've been to all of them as well. I was an IGEL, partner and customer, and then joined IGEL. Never did I manage I would be at the helm of an event like this, but it's been incredibly gratifying. So.
Well, thank you again for sharing your details about this spectacular event, and we can't wait to see you in Miami.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. Looking forward to it.